10 animal species that seem unreal but actually exist. Paragraph 1. Introduction. Creatures that challenge imagination. If I told you that there are creatures once thought to be fictional, like monsters in cartoons, but actually exist 100%, would you believe it? The natural world always has a way to leave us speechless, jaw-dropped, and exclaiming, "What the heck is this?" The creatures you are about to meet are not only strange, they exist as a slap in the face to logic, forcing us to reconsider the entire concept of life, evolution, and our own imagination. In a world increasingly familiar with AI, CGI, and fake news, discovering an animal that looks like it was molded by a Photoshop glitch, yet is completely real, is a miraculous healing remedy. It reminds us that nature is always one step ahead of humans, or a million steps. I will lead you into that world, where limits are for those who have never seen a tardigrade survive in outer space. And that is just the beginning. Are you ready to set aside the ordinary world to explore 10 bizarre creatures so strange they seem like dreams? If so, keep scrolling, and don't blame me if you can't stop halfway through. Great, let's continue with Section 2, the official beginning of the journey beyond biological logic. With a creature as small as a speck of dust, but living longer than human willpower. Section 2, Tardigrade. The tiny water bear that lives as long as legend says. Which creature do you think can survive in outer space without protective gear? Not an alien, but a dust bear, smaller than a grain of sand. Introducing Tardigrade, also known as the water bear. Don't be fooled by the cute name. This is a creature with survival abilities far beyond any current scientific definition. It's tiny, round like a drop of mobile gel, looks like a cartoon character zoomed in too much, but carries deep inner strength. An astonishing survival profile, survives from 272 degrees to 150 degrees, nearly absolute zero and hotter than an oven, endures radiation 1,000 times higher than humans, needs no water, no oxygen, no anything. When the environment is harsh, it self-dries, stops all life activities, and reactivates as if it never stopped breathing when it meets a drop of water. That's not all. In 2007, scientists sent tardigrades into space, a place where humans would turn to smoke before they could even say, "Oh my God." But tardigrades? Not only did they survive, they even gave birth in orbit. No joke. The lesson from the water bear. Sometimes resilience isn't about size or roar. It's about the ability to shrink at the right moment and keep living, even when the world around collapses. It teaches us that survival is an art, and sometimes the best artist is so small you can't see it with the naked eye. Have you ever seen a creature as tiny as a speck of dust that can teach life lessons to humans? Leave a comment if you also think tardigrades deserve to be called life teachers. And don't look away, because the next creature will make you question the entire process of human growth. Ready for Section 3, Axolotl, the water dragon that refuses to grow up. Continuing the journey with a creature that is not only strange, but also abnormally normal. The axolotl, a symbol of enduring cuteness and miraculous self-healing ability. Section 3, Axolotl, the water dragon that refuses to grow up. Have you ever heard of a creature that can regenerate its heart, legs, lungs, even its brain, and still looks like a gummy candy that can swim? It really exists. That is the axolotl, also known as the Mexican salamander. With an appearance straight out of an anime, 2 feathery gills spread like flower petals, shiny black eyes like candy beads, and an eternal, innocent smile. It makes anyone who sees it smile. But behind that cute look is an incredibly miraculous body, refusing to mature, abnormal, or strategic. While other amphibians have to grow up to survive, the axolotl says, "No thanks, I'll stay a teenager for fun." This phenomenon is called neoteny, meaning it retains its juvenile form throughout its life. And this is not a genetic defect, but a survival weapon. Keeping this form helps it live well in harsh conditions, regenerate quickly, and especially, there's no rush at all. Superpower regeneration. Lost a leg? It grows back. Lost a heart? It grows back. Brain damaged? Also, grows back. No exaggeration. The axolotl is a top research subject in regenerative medicine because its genes show tremendous potential in healing human injuries. The philosophy of the axolotl. Not everyone who refuses to grow up is lazy. Some choose to keep softness and flexibility because they know no one heals better than a childlike soul. In a world where everyone rushes to grow up, the axolotl reminds us, sometimes growing up is a choice, not an obligation. Have you ever felt out of place because you don't live like the majority? Give a like to the axolotl, the one who refuses to grow up to live fully, and leave a comment if you've ever wished you could regenerate. A whole heart. If you find this section interesting, I will continue right away with section 4. Saola, the Asian unicorn that appeared and disappeared like a legend. Give me a sign. Great. Now let's move into the majestic mountainous forests of Southeast Asia to meet a creature so rare it seems like a legend, but in fact has been documented by modern science. The Saola, also known as the Asian unicorn. Section 4. Saola, the Asian unicorn that appears and disappears like a legend. Imagine a legendary creature called the Asian unicorn, but it doesn't live in fairy tales. It truly exists on Earth. And almost no one has ever seen it. Its name is Saola. Living in the Annamite Mountains between Vietnam and Laos, and is likened to the living fossil of the Indochinese forests. Not a dragon, not a phoenix, but more precious than gold. A creature that stunned the world when discovered, then vanished as if it never existed. A real legend deep in the forest. In 1992, a group of Vietnamese Laotian scientists found a pair of long, curved, extremely strange horns in the home of an indigenous tribe. The surprise was, no one had ever seen this animal alive. Later, thanks to camera traps, it was confirmed. It really exists. The Saola looks like a mix between an antelope, a wild ox, and the artistic inspiration of a folk painter. Big eyes, smooth fur, 2 horns standing proudly straight. Truly the essence of the Eastern unicorn. How rare is it? Since 1992 until now, there have only been a few sightings of the Saola in the wild. It does not exist in zoos. There are no cloned specimens. It cannot be kept in captivity. Some highland locals say they have encountered it, but their descriptions are vague, like ghost stories. Scientists call it the ghost of the Annamites because its appearances are so rare that even experts doubted their own existence after capturing its image. Philosophy from the Saola. Some things in life are not meant to be possessed, not meant to be displayed, but to be known that they once existed, and that is enough. In a world where everything is exploited to depletion, the Saola symbolizes mysterious, pristine beauty and the right to live peacefully, without being scrutinized or disturbed. What do you think should be preserved? Selfies, or a legendary creature in the ancient forest? If you believe the Saola deserves respect and protection, please share this passage so more people can know about it. And in the next section, I will introduce you to a creature whose insides you can actually see through. If you're ready, I will continue right away with section 5. The glass frog, the transparent creature that lets us see its beating heart inside the chest. Do you want me to tell you about it now? Wonderful! Now let's come to a creature whose appearance might make you embarrassed about your own skin, because it is so transparent that you can see right through to its internal organs. It sounds like science fiction, but it's true. Section 5. Glass frog, the see-through creature that lets us see its heart beating inside its chest. Have you ever seen a creature whose heart, liver, intestines, and even blood vessels are clearly visible through its skin? Not an X-ray, a real, living, breathing frog. This is the glass frog, one of evolution's most bizarre masterpieces. This tiny frog mainly lives in the rainforests of South America, with a belly, as clear as your window glass after your mom cleans it with Sunlight dish soap. A surreal appearance, stunning at first sight. From above, it has a faint green color, looking much like ordinary frogs. But when you look from below, its entire internal organs are fully exposed. The heart beating, the liver shifted to one side, the intestines coiled up, and you can even see blood flowing through the vessels. Not through a documentary, but with the naked eye. Scientists still don't fully understand why its skin can become so invisible, but it is believed to be a super camouflage method, helping it dissolve into the light filtering through the forest leaves, making predators unable to identify its body shape. An equally interesting personality, the male glass frog is one of the animal kingdom's model dads. It guards the eggs every day, continuously keeps them moist with its own urine. Yes, really, and is ready to fend off enemies with a vibrating belly song, like a fighter punching with sound waves. Philosophy from the glass frog. Living transparently doesn't mean being weak. Sometimes transparency is the strongest shield. It reminds us that being transparent can sometimes make you vulnerable, but it is also the strongest and most genuine way to live. Do you dare to live transparently like the glass frog, letting all your emotions, heartbeat, fears, and beliefs be revealed without fear of judgment? If yes, leave a heart in the comments, and don't miss the next creature, one that can make you faint from fear yet unable to look away. Do you want me to continue with Section 6, Gulper Eel, the night-devouring monster from the deepest part of the ocean? Ready to dive right in.